came in and my weight was, it was 162.9. So I'm 163, right? Now I'm basically right at the cusp of my premenopausal weight. Right? I've gotten
Amazing.
down to 35.
What did you do before the Fast 40 to try to lose weight?
I, in 2020, gained like 40 pounds in 1 year. Had a series of really tough events and was going through menopause. So I had this like significant weight gain. And I remember going to the doctor. I went to a hormone and weight loss clinic and, they wanted to give me some meds and things like that. I used them and it took 15 pounds off. But I remember her saying, after menopause, you can expect you're going to probably gain about 5 pounds a year. And so in my mind, I thought, oh, okay, guess this is going to be my new life. This is the way it's going to be. And I just really wasn't ready to give up. People feel desperate when they're in that place, right? And you get to this place, you're like, I just wanted, whatever, it's going to work. So I definitely was in that place. I felt terrible about myself and was feeling desperation and tried it 15 pounds and then it stopped and it no longer was effective for me. And then I had 2 friends. I think I mentioned this to you. I would only see them on Zoom and then I saw them in person at an event and I went, oh my word, you are transformed. What are you doing? And they both had worked with you. I just felt like this is the right thing for me because I'm an accountability person and knowing that I need to show up and report and tell you if I have or haven't done something that really is going to work for me. And I watched my friends just transform. So I have a lot of confidence coming.
Okay, so you did GLP-1 injections, you lost weight, and then did the weight come back?
In my case, it did not come back, but it definitely stopped and no longer would work at all.
How much did you come in with the Fast 40? How much weight did you have that you wanted to get off then?
I came in and my weight was, it was 162.9. So I'm 163, right? And I remember saying to you, you gave me the guide that said, this is what, your body should be. In my mind, I thought if I could get to 145, that would be amazing. And that's probably the best I can do at my age. But the idea that I'm postmenopausal, it's my, that's probably as good as it's going to get. So I hit that goal and I remember, and it was before the 40 days. And I texted you and I said, this is working. I'm going to keep going, see what I can do. So I kept going. And now I'm basically right at the cusp of my premenopausal weight, where I've gotten down to 35 and I'm like, I think I'm just gonna maybe do 5 more pounds. Maybe. I kept all those clothes that no longer fit me, right? I'm gonna get in a place where I'm gonna be ready to do something different. And I hung on to all those clothes and literally, I know I've told you I just moved. I had a box that said 2 small jeans and my mover said, where do you want this box? I said, in my room, because they're not
in my room. I can fit in them. That is so awesome. That's so awesome. And Jennifer, let's ask, so people understand, how many days did it take you to lose 28 pounds?
The 28 pounds? Well, the first 20 was in 40 days.
In 40 days? 40
yes.
days.
Yeah. And then the second, I think I'm about another 40 days now. So I've been doing this probably about 80 days. And so this last part was 10 pounds, but admittedly, I maybe wasn't as disciplined in that second set, right? Because literally if I do exactly what I'm supposed to do, eat the right portions, eat the right things, I will always lose a half a pound or more usually a day. And so it's just really just the discipline.
How did you do this? Did you starve yourself? Did you work out every day? Like, what did you do, Jennifer?
I did not starve myself, right? I followed your prescribed diet. And, admittedly at the beginning, like in the morning, I would feel a little bit of hunger. But then I got past that. And on days where I felt like I needed to, like maybe I had a lot of physical activity, then I would up my ounces a little bit at night. And that would help me.
More.
Yes, I ate more.
I want people to really hear this.
Yeah.
You ate more. Yeah, this is why you have sustainable weight loss, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Caloric deficit diets screw up your hormones. If a woman can hear this, let that sink in. You're seeing Jennifer, she's eating more, and your hormones love that because you're not in survival mode.
Of late, I'm still eating the amount that you had suggested. And I have to kind of force myself to finish the meal because I'm feeling hungry. But I know that I want to, make sure I'm getting that caloric intake. So I'm not starving. I have not worked out. That I do want that to be the next phase for me is I want to, start building better muscle tone, and I just want to have an active lifestyle, right? That is going to be my next step, but I was focused on getting down to the weight that I wanted to first.
I want to ask, what are the other things you discovered about yourself in the 40 days? Anything else?
Absolutely. On days where my sleep was bad, on days where my stress levels were really high, then I wouldn't lose that weight. And I think, I'd mentioned to you a couple times, part of it on kind of the phase 2 for me, why that went a little bit slower is I did have a massive amount of stress in that second 40 days. I just had a ton of things going on. And so that definitely was impacting me. But yeah, sleep and stress and getting enough water, all of it for sure. I could see the impact on days when those things weren't working for me. It showed on the scale the next day.
Why would your body lay belly fat down when you're stressed? What do you think, Jennifer?
It's in survival mode.
Yeah. Why would belly fat be good for survival?
It's storing it so I can use it for energy later when it's needed. Yeah.
And sometimes for the next time you starve yourself, for the next time Jen and Greg happens, for the next time we have a hormone influencing chemical like GLP-1, it's saving for the next time you do that. So it's like, this is interesting. If you lose the weight, not by starving yourself, but by understanding yourself, that's when we create sustainable weight loss.
And that was what was important to me as well. I knew, like I mentioned, I want to be accountable, but I really wanted to do it the right way. I wanted to do it in a healthy way. So that was also important to me in the decision to do it. Right.
That's very cool. And then what is if you want to, pant size, dress size change? You could do something like that. Waist size change?
Yeah. Well, for sure right now I'm down 2 sizes and, and I'm working on getting, and I'm a person that I don't like my clothing to be tight. And so I probably could even say 3, but I'm definitely at solid 2 working on 3.
What are the changes with you've noticed? Mentally, emotionally, physically?
Yeah. I mean, for sure, happier. I feel confident. When I started this, it wasn't for anybody else, but for me. I wanted to feel good in my skin again. It's so exciting to be able to put those clothes on. They fit. I look in the mirror. I feel good about myself. That makes me feel confident and happier. I'm just, more energy, right? All the things. So yeah.
Any other physical things? Because energy is a huge one. What energy changes did you see with self? Like, were you having crashes before? Like, what did you see now?
Tired, right? All the time. Yeah. So yeah, definitely feeling better.
Well, listen, thank you so much for being on. I so appreciate it. It's so fun to have you in here. And you don't even look at the same person. Like, I know you and I got to meet face to face a few weeks ago, but you just don't look the same. And it is so cool to say that and to see that. I know other people have got to notice. They've got to said something. Am I right?
Yeah. People are commenting and so like I said, I feel better. So that's good.